¿Todo bien, David?
Yes, sir. How about you?
Good. It's 10 o'clock. Padre, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Ayer. Sí. Nomás es, hopefully it gets better, ¿no? Just recuperating, that's it. Is it the same pain or is it getting less?
No, right now it's the same thing.
It should get better. You creo que this is just
It's a different thing.
yes. 10 o'clock, Judge. Margie. 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 It's 10 o'clock.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, oh, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Morning.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Commissioners, any announcements at this time that we want to make? I know, Margie, you were mentioning some.
So I was saying that I spoke with the Texas Department of Emergency Management on Friday, and we have until April the 20th to submit any losses that we had during the winter storm. And when I'm talking about losses, I'm talking about man hours, vehicles that we used, and still right now my guys are picking up debris from the winter storm. People, after all their trees died and plants died, they have big piles of trees, and all of that needs to be picked up before the 20th so that you can put those man hours, trucks, and Renee, you can get with Cindy and she'll tell you the cost per employee, because it doesn't only include their salary, it includes all their fringe benefits. So say somebody makes $12 an hour, but it'll equal to like $18 an hour by the time you include their insurance,
Okay,
retirement and everything.
okay.
All that can be added up, all of
Yes.
that, all of those costs.
And I have an email I can send to y'all that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they have trainings on how to do all this paperwork so that y'all can do a little training.
It's online.
Where's that? Where's the training?
It's online.
It's online.
Oh, online,
It's
okay.
online. I'll send it to y'all.
Okay.
Margie, make sure to include the sheriff or Louis on that, because we had a lot of law enforcement overtime during the freeze.
Okay, that'll be good. Because
They-
we only have to have $165,000 worth of loss to qualify. So I'm sure between all of us that we had more than that, especially with the overtime from the law enforcement.
Excellent. Any other announcements, commissioners?
The other announcement I wanted to make was that I didn't get to put it on the agenda. We'll put it on the next one, but we're gonna be applying for the Fuller Company, West 44. They came to me and asked me that this is the first year they're going to be doing a grant for $100,000, and he said that he saw that I was always doing stuff and probably had something that was not funded. So it's $100,000 grant, and I have somebody working on writing it. And we're including the school district, but we're going to put it on the agenda.
Excellent.
We have to submit it at the end of the month.
All right. Anyone else?
Good morning, County Judge and Commissioner. This is Captain Barredo, the Sheriff Office. The sheriff couldn't make it this morning. He had another commitment. Just to let the report to you all that total inmates are 45 at this time in their house, and 4 females that are housed. And they're just getting ready for inspection at any moment. So we're doing good.
Captain, thank you for that report. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
females, are they're there or you have them in Kingsville?
No, we're here. We have them here.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Kingsville's not, and nobody's accepting right now because of the COVID. No females or any transfers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Any other announcements, commissioners? Anybody else this time? JC, welcome back. You doing good? All right. Excellent. Okay. Agenda item number 4, consider approving minutes from a previous meeting.
Make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, motion passes. Agenda item number 5, discuss and consider budget amendment request by County Clerk J.C. Pettis III to transfer $2,000 from account 12-403-427, Conferences Associations 12-403-573 equipment.
Judge, Commissioners Court, I looked at the request and everything is okay with it. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to accept item.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed. Motion passes. Agenda item number 6, discuss and consider budget amendment request from Commissioner Precinct 4, Huicho Gonzalez, transfer $5,000 from account 24-624-577 motor vehicles to account 24-624-486-75 truck hauling.
Commissioners Court, Judge, I looked at the request and it is good to go. Thank you.
Make a
Thank you, Mel.
motion.
Have a motion
A second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 7, discuss and consider budget amendment request by County Judge Rodriguez to transfer $2,000 from line item 12-510-499 miscellaneous to line item 12-510-390 miscellaneous supplies and $1,700 from line item 12-510-499 miscellaneous to line item 12-510-575 furniture and fixtures.
Judge, Commissioners Court, I looked at the request and everything is okay with it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 8, consider award a construction contract for the CDBG contract number 7218105 for water improvements in K-Bar Colonia to the 5125 company in the amount of $388,888.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Did you want to say something, Eddie?
Well, Commissioners, good morning. I'm Raul Garcia, the engineer for this project. This particular item is for the 3rd phase. It's for the 3rd phase of the.
Mr. Garcia, you go to the podium, please. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's good. There we go.
I'm Raul Garcia. I'm the project for this engineer. In fact, for the next 2 items also, just so we can be clear on that one.
You're the engineer for the project,
For
right?
the project, right? Right. And this award is for the 3rd phase of the K-Bar project. This will complete water service for the entire Colonia. It also provides for an extension into Alice Acres for the eventual loop that's on the other items that are on the agenda. And again, we've cleared the 5125. They did phase 1. They did real good work, and I do recommend approval.
I made a motion to
Okay,
approve.
we have a motion on the floor.
Second.
And a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Appreciate all the work.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Mhm. Margie,
Good to
too.
stay here.
That'll be good once they loop everything around and
Yes.
connect all that. It'll be great for the residents out there. Thank you again. Agenda item number 9, consider and award a construction contract for CDBG contract 7218095 for water line improvements in the Alice Acres Colonia to the 5125 company in the amount of $197,245 contingent upon TDA extension request number 1.
Again, Raul Garcia, project engineer. This is a continuation of the K-Bar. It's going to loop it back in and bring service to the Alice Acres Colonia.
Okay.
And I recommend approval.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those. in
Judge,
favor say-
before you vote, make sure that you include the conditional to the TDA modification request being approved.
Yes,
Yes, we did.
we,
Okay.
it's on here, but
TDA.
just to say that, we had to do, an easement and it took forever to acquire the
Right.
easement. And so we're running out of time and we had requested an extension in January. And we got the extension for the.
K-bar.
The K-bar, the one that we just, awarded, but they didn't send the extension for the Alice Acres,
And they
so
were
we're
submitted at
waiting
the
on
same
that.
time.
And then we'll go ahead and award it. Or we're awarding it right now, right?
Contingent on that. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
we got
yes.
that. So we got number 9, agenda item number 10, consider an award construction contract for the CDBG contract number 7218095 for the construction of a
Warning.
chlorination station in the Alice Acres Colonia to Houston Flat Works in the amount of $199,607.71 contingent upon the TDA extension request.
Yeah, Judge, Commissioners, what this is separate to the same grant. They have a lot of issues in that area for low chlorine in the water. This is an injection station that the city of Alice will end up running, and this will take care of that problem.
Right.
I recommend approval.
Make a motion to
I have-
approve.
I have a motion to approve.
Second it.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank
Mr.
you very
Garcia,
much.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
sir.
day.
Have a good day. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Okay.
Agenda item number 11, consider and take action to approve the resolution for submission of the grant application for the PS Project Safe Neighborhoods Program, south to the office of the governor.
Hi, good morning, commissioners and judge. How are y'all? I am here. Good morning. My name is Michelle Martinez, and I'm here to represent the constables and this grant application. This application is for the constables department or office, I'm sorry. And we are looking to help with having safer neighborhoods. This application includes outreach, training, overtime, also some equipment, updated equipment for the constables. And so we are looking at a total budget of approximately 200,000, which also includes some indirect costs and overtime costs. So we would hope that we would have y'all's support with this. And thank y'all so much.
Indirect cost. Thank you, Ms. Martinez. The indirect costs? Can you elaborate a little bit on that indirect cost?
Sure. Of course. So indirect costs would include any operational items that are not usually or typically done or handled through the auditor's office or any other offices, let's say your office, Judge, for compiling purchase orders that are in reference to this grant application. That line item, and we may or may not receive those funds, but that line item is approximately $11,533.37.
So it's administrative,
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
and most grants have that. I make a motion to approve.
Thank you.
And I have a second. And thank you, Ms. Martinez, for that explanation. I have a
Yes,
motion.
sir.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Let me
Thank
read-
you.
Thank you. Let me read this resolution now. Jim Wells County Resolution 2021-021, whereas Jim Wells County finds it in the best interests of citizens of Jim Wells County, Texas, that the Project Safe Neighborhoods in Jim Wells County be operated for the 2021-2022, and whereas Jim Wells County agrees to provide no matching funds for the said project as required by the PS Project Safe Neighborhoods Program South Grant application, and whereas Jim Wells County agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of the Office of Governor funds, Jim Wells County assures that the funds will be returned to the Office of the Governor in full. Whereas the Jim Wells County designates the County Judge of Jim Wells as the grantee's authorized official, the authorized official is given the power to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grant on behalf of the applicant agency. Now therefore be it resolved that Jim Wells County approves submission of the grant application for the PS Safe Project Neighborhoods south to the Office of the Governor.
What was the matching?
No matching.
Oh, no matching.
Yeah, we've spoken to Ms. Martinez this morning, and the constables are working hard on this to get these additional funds. Again, Ms. Martinez, thank you. I don't know if she's
Thank
still
you.
on. Okay, agenda item number 12, consider and take action to adopt a resolution recognizing April 2021 as Child Abuse and Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. This is a resolution that is being offered jointly by my office as well as the Office of the 79th District Attorney, Mr. Carlos Garcia, and it recognizes April 2021 as Child Abuse and Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra, for that explanation. So
I make a motion to accept item number 12 is presented, Judge.
I have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. I'm going to read this resolution into the record.
So do they have is that the one where they do the lighting? That we light candles?
We have,
I believe that's the October one. That's the Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Okay, so we don't do that with this one.
Well, last year or the year before, we had an event on the courthouse lawn. I haven't spoken to Carlos to see if that will be possible this year. We'd have to space everyone out. But traditionally, the April event was held on the courthouse lawn.
Mhm.
and if the events, in case the event's not held, but we still recognize, we still make
Correct.
sure, make that aware of the public
Right.
and allow them to make it known at the courthouse, around the courthouse, that they decorate and all that. Okay, resolution recognizing April 2021 as Child Abuse and Sexual Awareness and Prevention Month, whereas child abuse and sexual assault affects every person in Jim Wells County, Texas, either as a victim, survivor of child abuse and or sexual assault, or as a family member, significant other, friend, neighbor, or coworker. Whereas 1 in 10 children will be sexually abused by the time they turn 18. Sexual abuse can happen to both boys and girls of all ages, races, ethnicities, and family backgrounds. Children are often too scared, confused, or embarrassed to report sexual abuse right away, so it often continues without parents or caregivers knowing about. And whereas with the assistance of our crime victims advocates, we are working to provide quality services as child abuse and sexual assault survivors responding to emergency calls and criminal justice proceedings. And whereas today, 175 Texas children will be victims of abuse, and whereas every year, more than 3.6 million referrals are made to child protection agencies involving more than 6.6 million children. A referral can include multiple children, and the United States has one of the worst records among industrialized nations, losing on average between 4 and 7 children every day to child abuse and neglect. And whereas Jim Wells County recognized a need to increase funding for programs aimed at intervening in and preventing child abuse and sexual assault by encouraging and supporting efforts to bring additional resources to our community. And whereas during the month of April, the 79th District Judicial District Attorney's Office and the Jim Wells County Attorney's Office will be intensifying efforts to promote public understanding of child abuse and sexual assault and increase sensitivity to victims of child abuse and sexual assault, emphasizing the need for citizen involvement in efforts to reduce child abuse and sexual assault. Now therefore be it resolved that Jim Wells County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes April 2021 as Child Abuse and Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month, and call upon our citizens and government agencies to recommit and rededicate ourselves to the goal of eliminating child abuse and sexual assault. Thank you, Commissioners. Okay. Agenda item number 13, consider and take action extending Jim Wells County depository contract with Prosperity Bank for county public funds and trust funds for a period of 2 years.
Judge, Commissioners, item number 13 and number 14 are related. Our current depository contract with Prosperity Bank will expire May 31st of this year. There is a provision in section 116 of the Texas Local Government Code that allows for a county that has awarded a depository contract for a 2 or 4 year period to extend for an additional 2 years without going out or doing an RFP. So that's your first option. In the event you don't want to do that and stay with Prosperity for an additional 2 years, then you would take up number 14, which is authorizing an RFP, and we open it up to all applicants. So those are your two choices today.
Okay, Commissioners?
I think Mr. Dominguez is on. He may have a recommendation, and I'm not sure if Mr. Silva is on or there in person.
He's here.
Mr. Silva's here. in person.
Okay, very good.
What do we want to do here?
Make a motion to accept the item number 13, Judge, to keep a 2 year contract with the
14?
Prosperity Bank.
Okay, number 13.
And
I'm sorry.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor and a second, and this is to extend
extend.
the period for 2 more years.
And for the record, Judge, that would be at all the same rates that we locked into in 2019.
Mr. Silva, anything you want to say?
Excuse me, just a correction on the rate, Mr. Guerra.
Yes.
It's changing to the current market rate, which is 0.20 floor. No service charges still, everything remains the same.
So that's the way it
Okay.
was last time with
I thought it was 1.25 last time.
It was, yes, sir, but we presented to Noe and to Mark the option to change it to the current market rate, which is 0.20%. And which is the current market rate for the
0.20.
0.20%. It's
the
a floor
interest.
that it won't go below that. And that is the option that we have. Still no service charges. When we took over the bid back in 2011, the county was being charged over 60,000 in service charges. You're currently not paying any service charges. So over the past 10 years, we've saved basically 600,000 in service charges for the county in service fees because we charge no service fees. The only thing would change is the rate to the current market rate.
And is that rate on interest you're paying us?
Yes, sir.
So it was one. I just reviewed the contract from 2019 and it mentioned 1.25.
That's correct.
So that was the interest you were paying us then,
Yes, sir.
and now it's going to be 0.2. Is that what I hear?
Correct. 0.20%. Yes, sir.
That's quite a drop. That's a full percentage point.
That is quite a drop, but that's the market rate you
But
say,
that's
right?
the current market
Across the
rate.
board?
If we go out for bids, that's basically what you're going to be looking at. Yes, sir.
Does that change anything, Mr. Guerra, regarding the rate that has changed?
Not if y'all are willing to go along with it. I mean, it's
We still say
it's a 4 point. You've got to balance that against the cost of having to, if we go with a different bank, then we've got, I think, close to 30 accounts that we'd have to,
60 accounts, 62 accounts. Yeah.
62. Okay, my bad. I thought it was in the 30s. It was 60. I knew there were quite a few. So, we got to go and set all those up again. So there's a cost, there's an expense built into that if you do change.
Right.
Well, we have the option, so I guess the
But we
Commissioners
already
Court
made
has
the
spoken
motion.
already. We have a motion and a second, right?
Yeah.
And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Silva, thank you for that.
Thank you.
sir.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes. I'll have a form that I'll give JC for you to sign, Judge.
Excellent.
Okay, thank
so
you.
Thank you. So
Okay, so then number 14 will be a no action item. Just put that on.
no action on agenda number 14. We're going to move on to agenda item number 15. Consider and take action to authorize a resubmission of Jim Wells County EDA grant application under the American Rescue Plan Act funding opportunity.
So Commissioner, and I think Mr. Martinez is there, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the same, you'll recall that in September or October of last year, we hired Petra Reina and Associates to assist us with a grant application through, I forget what the title of the act was at that time. Unfortunately, that one did not get funded, but with the new bill that passed last month, there's more funding opportunities. So they have come back and asked us for permission to resubmit the grant application under this new funding opportunity. And Mr. Martinez can answer any other questions that you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra. Mr. Martinez?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. How are you doing? May
We're
I
good.
take out the mask?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't think I've ever met you before. You're the county commissioner. Congratulations on your raise. Just to kind of give you a little bit of an update of what we're doing or what we're trying to do is last year, I think the judge is correct. Back in October, we came to apply for a $5 million grant through EDA. And in that grant, that monies were for an expansion or hopefully expansion of a company here located in Jim Wells County to create new jobs. We're looking anywhere from 150 to 300 jobs, depending on what it is or how they're going to expand. In that contract was an opportunity for a land expansion, and there's a provision I think in our next agenda item for the negotiation of. But we went through the process of purchasing land, going through a contract, filing an application through the CARES Act, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Guerra. We did not get funded because of the timeliness of the contract and the actual award from EDA, those are real sensitive in their timelines and how everything works. So for that reason, we did not get funded. But here we are today under a different plan, which is the CARES Act. I get all confused with CARES and
American
rescue.
Rescue Plan. So many acts.
There's a lot of acts, right?
Originally, it was more a conventional EDA application tied to.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's correct, Judge.
Now we have more resources. And
Well,
more
now there seems to be a little bit more money. EDA is funneling into this one. EDA out of the Austin area funnels a 5-region area. There's 5 different regions that they funnel. Austin is the local region for Texas, New Mexico, and I think Oklahoma. Several states are involved. Of course, there's billions of dollars now versus millions of dollars, so there's more opportunity. In conjunction with that, we are actually have a meeting this afternoon, the judge and I, and the president of the company, for merging with Texas A&M Kingsville to provide a so to speak local memorandum to join their students in conjunction with what we're doing with clinical trials and pharmaceutical companies in conjunction with this company. So we're combining those, and we think that that's going to make our application a little bit stronger as well. And the fact that there's more money is even better, right? So we're looking at 2 different aspects: reapplying, making an amendment to the contract, and the timelines and the submittals are not time sensitive, but first come, first serve. So we want to be able to get that application as soon as possible. And this is one of the steps that we want to go back and revisit with the County Commissioners Court, just to make sure we get all our ducks in a row, if that makes sense. So that's what we've done over the past 2 or 3 months, and we're asking for permission from the County Commissioners to help us address this and go through the process. Do you have any questions?
The only thing, David, that, we don't want to be out any money.
Absolutely. And
And are these people still willing to extend?
everything is staying in, Mr. Garcia. The additional monies under the budget, it was let me see if I get the numbers correctly, $3.9 million for the project. 1.2 was going to be done by Envigo. We had negotiated the contract that they would supplement the $1.2 million, which would include the 20% match under the EDA funds, plus the consulting fees for this service. So the county is actually basically is a pass-through, being that you're a government entity and you're able to apply for these monies. So at this point, there's no monies that are being asked for from the county for this project.
Just for the record, yeah, we worked real hard to avoid that, having to put up any money, and Invigo and the company and the corporation and these other agencies have been willing to step up. And
Mr. Hargrove, which is the COO of the company, graciously negotiated with us to participate and include that 20% match. We all know that all cities and states and counties we're having some difficulties in monies for sales tax and things of that nature. So that's been taken care of, Judge. And Mr. Renton, did I answer your question, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Renee, and Envigo is the primate ranch with the monkey farm.
What is what?
The primates, the monkey farm,
Oh,
that's what it is,
okay.
to expand it.
What's interesting about this is that if this does come to fruition, this will be the only facility in the United States that would provide this source. So it's a good plus for our area, for South Texas. The inclusion of Texas A&M Kingsville provides the educational aspect as well. So, as EDC director here, we're hopeful and optimistic that as we want to get away from oil field and diversify our economy, this might be a good opportunity for us to do it, because this could be an offshoot for a lot of other jobs that might be able to be set up. And we're talking about, the clinical trials that are happening with Pfizer and Moderna and all the things that are going on as we speak. So we see it as a great opportunity. We're hopeful and optimistic that we can get the application passed, and we'll be on our way. This is also in conjunction with the city, because we are working for the extension of some services out to that site, which is about 3.5 miles from town.
Water and sewer.
That's correct. That's correct.
it's a whole lot of different aspects to this program, and it's been a lot of different pieces to it, but
It's been a lot of work.
we did improve the roadways out there initially
Yes, I
at the
saw
beginning of the
that.
year to the primate center and the facility. And that's the location they're wanting to expand and invest more in. And that's where the hundreds of jobs potentially could be out
Well,
there with the
Created.
expansion.
And Judge, if you look at it from an economic impact, what that does to run a water and a sewer line to that area gives a lot of
More jobs.
more jobs for businesses wanting to locate there. So,
Exactly.
it's like every other business, you put water and a sewer line out there.
It expands utilities just like we're doing out on the west side over here, like Margie, to expand it, to tie
Absolutely.
into those facilities.
That's
and
correct.
development, future development. So
Yeah.
it works hand in hand if we look at it that way. You have to look at it in a broader sense that if you say extend utilities out there as they did out to the, which hopefully one day
When we
will
did the
out to
multi-use center,
the
that's correct.
multi-use center, hopefully.
Yeah.
This area out here is more of the rural area. It's not out by the bypass or anything. So there's still a lot of work and development out there, but more
Well-
importantly is those jobs in that facility that we're supporting out there, trying to get that going.
Well, and looking at what's going on with the economy and the fact that we could be at some point in the next, hopefully 3 or 4 months in a different situation with
Water.
hopefully COVID and water
Yes.
and businesses. I'm getting calls and people that want to relocate businesses. The way we do business has changed, as it was, everybody had to show up for a building and go to work. Now people are relocating, knowing that they can work from home. So it opens up a whole different realm of what's going on and hopefully in our county too.
All around, it's a huge, huge thing to
a
diversify
positive.
and a positive thing to be able to tap into a different type of industry and that's the key to this meeting that we're having with the Texas A&M University Kingsville and the
That's
president
correct.
to be able to partner up with them where they commit to as far as training their students and making that research available
For all their
and
medical.
those different types of opportunities for not only the university, the students in the local area. So that's going to be a home run, hopefully, here for everybody, jobs and everything included. Thank you, Larry.
Any other questions?
Do we have
Petra Reina's on as our consultant that's doing the work for us.
Ms. Reina?
Do you have any questions for her? To be more willing.
Good morning,
She's
Ms.
more than willing
Reina.
to ask. She available?
Gee, I saw her up there, Ms. Reina. Petra?
Muted.
I think
Let
you
me
did
unmute.
have a-
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you so much, Larry, for giving the Commissioners Court, a brief update. We are in line to finish this application. Like I said, we needed to do edits because it's going under a different act, different pot of money. But the good thing is that we have the application pretty much like 95% complete, that as soon as the NOFA is advertised or is published, we'll be able to submit the application. So we'll be one of the first ones in line.
Yes. Ms. Reina, thank you very much for your hard work and your leadership and commitment to this. Thank you for she's been outstanding, helping us and keeping us in the loop and working hard to stay up on top of that. Yeah.
Ms. Reina, could you just share with them a little bit about the timeline from the date of application and the availability to these funds and how this?
Yes. Okay, my conversations with Robert Pache, who is the field person, for for EDA, indicated that as soon as the NOFA is published, and they expect that to be probably the latter part of April. And so they'll probably take a few weeks, so that they get all their committees in place. And then they'll start accepting applications. So I'm assuming that by mid-May, we would probably be able to submit the application. You see, so the committee meets once a month. So if we submit the application in May, so hopefully by June, the latter part of June, we would know if it's been funded.
I make a motion to authorize for resubmission of the.
Okay, I have a motion.
Second it.
I have a motion on the floor and a second. Commissioner, no more discussion, Commissioners? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Larry and Petra. Agenda item number 16, consider take action to authorize County Judge Juan Rodriguez Jr. to execute a real estate contract for the purchase of real property, subject to and contingent upon funding from the EDA grant application under the American Rescue Plan Act funding opportunity. This is just a resubmission again. That's from the first extension that the first contract that we entered into. Mr. Guerra probably has more of that, and it's expired, so we just want to reinitiate that contract with the seller of a property, the real property out there, in order to expand the facility. So, any questions?
Everything so the same, right?
Same, the same. Yeah.
So this real property is those 200 acres you were speaking of?
That is correct.
Make a motion to accept the item, Mr. President, Judge.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor. And a second.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Okay, excellent. Larry, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Wish y'all the best of luck.
You too. All of us.
All
I was gonna say, you too. Include yourself, right?
Yeah,
Get after it here. All right.
Open in print. I got 5 candles lit in church.
All right. Okay, thank you, Larry, again. Petra, thank you very much. She's still on there, okay. Agenda item number 17, consider approving payroll bills as submitted by county auditor with the exception of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
If nobody has any questions, Judge, I'll make a motion to accept item number 17 is presented.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. And the second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed? Motion passes. Any other comments or anything, guys?
Thank you all.
Adjourn? No? We're good, then I have. do I
No,
have
he's
a-
saying something or what?
No, anything else, Mr. Gomez?
That's it. Thank you all for
Thank you. Okay,
authorizing that. Thank you.
that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
And the second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?